Hey, friends and anonymous followers. I'm going to have to practice that word. Um, just some thoughts on narcissism and the difference between that and sociopaths. Yeah. Psychopaths, sociopaths. Anyhow, I'll preface this is my opinion. I'm not a trained shrink. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not. But I have done a lot of study into the world of human behavior and, human psychology and thought and the study of emotions and all of that stuff. And I honestly believe that narcissism doesn't exist as a clinical diagnosis of someone, and while someone may argue with me on that, that's perfectly fine. All the research, blah blah blah, I get it. I totally get that, but this is just my opinion. Narcissism is basically the behavior of a person to varying degrees who will basically do anything to hide the things they've done which they know are wrong, to varying degrees. And so sometimes this can take shape or form in very extreme ways. And yes, it's definitely good to understand those patterns and be able to recognize them. I think all of that, documented research, I think that's all great and good to do so that people can spot the signs of this early on and go, nope, not again, Jose. No way, Jose. Not again, Sally, or whatever. But what about when? So it's on various levels. It's somebody who will go to great lengths, will pretty much do anything to hide parts of themselves. And it could be a great number of things, or it could be just a little bit, but to varying degrees, to the degree they place importance on making sure they never get found out. It could be something minor, which was turned into, they put a microscope on it in their, mental factory, whatever. Right. And so a lot of different kinds of behaviors kind of evolve from that. So what about when somebody can basically turn on or turn off their feelings or their empathy at will? What is that called? And sometimes I've wished that I could do that, I've wished for that ability, because sometimes, especially with negative feelings, it'd be nice to just say, nope, not today, Fred. Nope, not today, Olivia. No, thank you. We're not going to do that today. I'm not going to feel those feelings today. And, whether or not you know where the feelings are coming from, or it's based on something, or you're just feeling crappy, or whatever it is. But what about when a person can just shut off empathy or shut off guilt and remorse for having done something wrong towards a person or people or whatever, or said something mean, and they just brush it off like nothing ever happened? sociopathy. I can't say it right. Sociopaths. That's really dangerous because I used to think like, oh man, that's such a skill. Like, wow, to just be able to control your emotions like that and just to be able to just switch it off like that. Let me say this loud and clear. I never want to be with a person ever again who can just simply, at the drop of a hat, turn their feelings off about me and consider that whatever they did to cause me pain doesn't matter because they feel no shame or not necessarily shame. Shame and guilt are different things, but no guilt, no remorse, no empathy. Hot damn, keep those people away from me. I mean, really, because just because.